6 lucky numbers to focus and get rich on Wednesday, May 28, 2025. Buddhist teachings. Have you ever wondered if numbers could speak not just to your mind, but to your soul? What if certain numbers held more than mathematical meaning, but were spiritual signposts pointing you toward clarity, balance, and abundance? In today's episode of The Journey of Wisdom, we're diving deep into 6 lucky numbers to focus and get rich on Wednesday, May 28th, 2025, but not in the way you might expect. Inspired by timeless Buddhist teachings, each number we explore isn't about superstition, but intention. These aren't numbers to wish on, they're numbers to live by. If you're seeking more than just financial gain, if you're seeking purpose, peace, and a path guided by wisdom, then you're in the right place. Let's begin this sacred journey, one mindful number at a time. 1. Number 11. Awakening and higher intuition. Number 11, a number not just of digits, but of deep spiritual significance, carries the essence of awakening and heightened intuition. It serves as a gentle tap on the shoulder from the universe, reminding us that we are more than our routines, our labels, or the roles we play each day. In Buddhist teachings, this number reflects the 11 wholesome mental factors like mindfulness, energy, and wisdom that shape a mind ready for enlightenment. When 11 shows up repeatedly in your life, it's often a sign that you're in a period of personal transformation, releasing outdated patterns and stepping closer to your truest self. To engage with this energy meaningfully, begin your mornings with stillness. Place your hand gently on your forehead, the seat of your inner vision, and with each breath, whisper 1 on the inhale and 1 on the exhale, repeating this 11 times to align with clarity and presence. This isn't superstition, it's a conscious tuning of your awareness. Then, take time to write down 11 words that describe the life you yearn for, not just material success, but peace, freedom, love, and meaning. Each word becomes a seed of intention, and before sleep, light a single candle, allowing its flame to mirror the light within you. Whisper, I am the light. I see my path clearly. Let the number 11 become your quiet mantra, helping you stay connected to your inner compass. In a world that moves fast and demands so much, returning to this still point reminds us of who we really are. As the Buddha once said, the mind is everything. What you think, you become. So if your thoughts are guided by light, truth, and intention, then so too will your life reflect these qualities. Stay awake, stay grounded, and let the number 11 be your call to inner clarity and higher wisdom on this Wednesday and beyond. 2. Number 20. 2. Balance and soul purpose. Let's talk about the number 20, not just as a number, but as a quiet guide toward balance and a reminder of your soul's true purpose. In spiritual teachings, the number 2 reflects harmony, intuition, and deep connection with others. But when that energy is doubled into 22, it becomes something powerful, what's known in numerology as a master number. Why is it called a master number? Because it carries the strength to turn ideas into reality, to build with both heart and wisdom. In the light of Buddhist thought, this number echoes the middle way, the gentle, steady path between extremes where peace and clarity live. If life feels noisy or you're unsure which step to take, 22 invites you to come back to center. Start your morning by placing your hand on your heart, softly closing your eyes, and repeating 22. Can you feel the shift? Picture a gentle ring of calm light forming around you, shielding and grounding you. During the day, try this. Write down 2 things you want to let go, fears, regrets, maybe doubts, and 2 things you're ready to build or commit to. What will you choose to release? What will you grow? At night, before sleep takes you, write 22 on a small piece of paper and place it under your pillow. Ask yourself with sincerity, what is my true purpose? Let your dreams answer. Sometimes clarity comes not with force, but with trust. So, how can the energy of balance shape your choices today? How can aligning with your soul purpose attract the richness that goes beyond money, peace, fulfillment, and real abundance? The message of 22 is simple but profound. Stay grounded, follow your inner wisdom, and build your life with intention. This is the path to true wealth, the kind that nourishes both your spirit and your world. 3. Number 7. Enlightenment and divine luck. Let me take you deeper into the mystery and power of the number 7, not just as a lucky number for Wednesday, May 28th, 2025, but as a spiritual ally in your journey toward prosperity and peace. Imagine this: as you walk the path of life, the number 7 appears like a quiet guide, whispering timeless truths. It shows up in the 7 days of the week, the 7 colors in a rainbow, the 7 wonders of the world. But more than coincidence, these patterns remind us of something deeper, something sacred. In Buddhist tradition, after the Buddha attained enlightenment under the Bodhi tree, he took 7 steps, and with each step, a lotus flower blossomed beneath his feet, symbolizing the birth of wisdom and the awakening of compassion. So, what does this ancient symbol mean for you today? It's an invitation to rise above distractions and reconnect with your inner wisdom. 7 is not just a number. It is the frequency of clarity, intuition, and yes, divine luck. On May 28th, 2025, the universe is offering a moment of energetic alignment where this sacred number becomes especially powerful for new opportunities, especially financial ones. Think back. Have you ever experienced a moment when everything just clicked? When the right person called, the right idea appeared, or an unexpected door opened? That wasn't random. That was the energy of synchronicity, and 7 often stands at the center of those moments. Now, I want you to try something simple but powerful tomorrow morning. Before reaching for your phone, gently close your eyes and take a deep breath. Inhale peace, exhale tension. Then silently repeat the number 7 in your mind. Let it echo like a sacred bell, and as you do, imagine a golden light filling your entire body, bringing you calm, courage, and clarity. Write the number 7 on a piece of paper and place it somewhere you'll see often on your mirror, in your wallet, on your phone background. Let it be your quiet reminder that you are not alone. You are connected to a greater current of fortune and purpose. And tonight, before you rest, take a moment to name 3 things you're grateful for, no matter how small. Then softly repeat 7 in your heart like a mantra, allowing its energy to fill your dreams. Can something this gentle, this simple, really open the door to abundance? Absolutely, because life responds not to how hard we chase things, but to how clearly we align with them. If you've made it this far, you're already aligning yourself with the wisdom and fortune meant for you this Wednesday, May 28th. These 6 lucky numbers, guided by Buddhist teachings, are more than chance, they're a focus point for abundance. Comment below with focused wealth to show your intention to attract prosperity. Don't miss what's ahead. Stay with us until the end to unlock the full energy of these teachings and let them guide you to true success. 4. Number 38. Acceleration and infinite prosperity. Number 38 carries the sacred vibration of speed and unstoppable abundancean energetic spark that lights the path from potential to achievement. Once you've made a quiet commitment to transformation, this number becomes the engine that drives you forward, a spiritual accelerator that turns hesitation into momentum. In Buddhist thought, The number 3 represents the alignment of body, mind, and spirit, a foundation of balance and inner harmony. When those parts of us are in tune, life begins to move with flow rather than resistance. And when we pair that with the energy of Aten, eternal symbol of wealth and boundless possibility, we access a powerful force for growth that knows no limits. Together, 3 and 8 create 38, a code for tapping into our fullest strength, a reminder that abundance isn't just possible, it's already within us, waiting for alignment to activate it. In today's fast-paced world, where stress and distractions often steal our focus, grounding ourselves with the energy of 38 can help us reconnect with what truly matters. So, before diving into your busy Wednesday on May 28th, take a few deep breaths in silence. Let the noise fade. As you breathe, repeat the number 38 quietly in your mind, imagining a golden wave washing over you, reawakening every buried dream and igniting the courage to chase what you've put off for too long. Then, with presence and clarity, write down your 3 biggest goals, those deep aspirations that matter more than money or recognition. Next, list 8 simple actions you can take today, no matter how small, that move you a little closer to them. Because progress is not about perfection, it's about direction. The universe listens when your actions match your intentions, and the number 38 reminds you to be bold, clear, and brave in what you seek. On sacred days like this Wednesday, carve out quiet space to journal. Pour your hopes onto the page: wealth, love, peace, health, and, as you do, repeat softly, I am worthy of prosperity. I am ready to receive the best life has to offer. Let that belief settle deep within you, because miracles often begin with the simple decision to trust in your own worth. And when you do, life responds with open doors, serendipitous meetings, and opportunities that flow not from force, but from your inner alignment. This is how 38 becomes not just a number, but a living current of abundance flowing through your days. 5. Number 40. 3. Transformation and positive disruption. Let's talk about the number 43, not just as a number, but as a message, a sign, and a shift. On the surface, it may seem like nothing more than 2 digits side by side, but in the realm of Buddhist insight and universal energy, nothing is ever random. The number 43 carries the energy of transformation and positive disruption, the kind that doesn't just shake things up for the sake of chaos, but the kind that clears the old to make room for the extraordinary. You see, 43 is like a bridge knot, one you can see, but one you can feel. It connects where you are now to where you want to be. A life of deeper meaning, inner peace, and yes, even wealth in all its forms. But here's the thing, this bridge doesn't ask you for a plan or a blueprint. It asks for trust. Trust in yourself, in the process, and in the truth that discomfort is often the sign that change is near. Just like the Buddha taught, all things are impermanent, and in that impermanence is the blessing of renewal. Have you ever felt like life had paused, like you were waiting for something unseen to unlock the next chapter? That pause isn't failure, it's the space right before transformation. That's the energy of 43, especially powerful as we move closer to Wednesday, May 28th, 2025. This isn't just a lucky day, it's a day for realignment. The number 4 gives you structure, steadiness, and strength, while 3 brings creativity, adaptability, and flow. Together, they form a sacred balance, just like how we balance effort and letting go in our practice. This reminds me of an old Buddhist story. A monk once asked the Buddha, "How can I reach enlightenment?" The Buddha said, "Let go." The monk asked again, "But what should I do first?" The Buddha repeated, "Let go." Confused, the monk said, "Let go of what?" And the Buddha simply smiled and said, "Everything." This story is not about losing what matters, it's about releasing what no longer serves you, so you can welcome what does. In the same spirit, start your day with a simple yet powerful practice. As sunlight fills your space, close your eyes and visualize a golden bridge stretching before you. Step onto it mentally and affirm, "I am worthy of more. I am walking toward it." Repeat the number 43 quietly in your heart, and with each count, picture a glowing brick appearing beneath your feet, forming your path. Write the number down and keep it in your wallet. It's more than a number. It's your vow, your quiet commitment to transformation. And on the evening of May 28th, take a few minutes to write down 3 things you're ready to change, areas in life you know are calling for renewal. Whisper the number 43 again and see those changes already taking root in your life. Can you feel the shift in your energy already? The number 43 doesn't just point you to opportunities, it activates something powerful inside you that's been waiting for your permission to rise. 6. Number 60. 6. Supreme abundance and enlightened living. Imagine you're standing at the edge of something extraordinary, something meant just for you, not by luck, but by deep alignment with the universe. As we explore the final and most powerful number in our sacred journey, 66, I want you to pause and feel this moment. Feel the energy rising within you, like the hush of dawn before the first light spills over the earth. Have you ever felt that quiet certainty in your heart that something good is coming? That's what 66 is. In Buddhist wisdom, the number 6 represents 6 perfections: generosity, morality, patience, diligence, meditation, and wisdom, each a step on the path to enlightenment. Now imagine doubling that energy. 60. 6 becomes a magnified force, a cosmic portal to not only financial wealth but emotional richness and spiritual peace. This number isn't just a symbol, it's a mirror reflecting the abundance already inside you. So how do you activate this power? First, try sitting in stillness before sunrise when the world is silent and the soul can speak. Take slow, mindful breaths, and as you do, visualize a golden stream of light pouring over you from the crown of your head to your toes. Quietly repeat 66 like a sacred mantra, feeling its energy wrap around you like a warm embrace. Then, as you prepare for sleep on this special Wednesday, May 28th, write the number 66 on a piece of paper and slip it under your pillow. What might your dreams reveal? Could they be seeds of ideas, paths to unexpected breakthroughs? Finally, take a moment to write down 6 things you're truly grateful for and 6 heartfelt goals you wish to realize in 2025. Why 6? Because it aligns you with harmony, clarity, and purpose. Can you see how each step becomes a ritual, a dance with the universe where you're not just a participant, but the main rhythm? The message of 66 is clear and beautiful. You are not simply waiting to be blessed. You are the blessing. The universe responds not to desperation, but to readiness. Are you ready to open that ancient golden door and walk into a life of true abundance? Because if you've made it this far, the answer is already yes. Thank you for spending time with us in today's video. 6 lucky numbers to focus and get rich on Wednesday, May 28th, 2025, inspired by Buddhist teachings. I truly appreciate your presence on this journey of wisdom. If today's message resonated with you, feel free to share your thoughts or experiences in the comments. If you're new here, just drop a comment saying, "I am a seeker," and if you've been with us for a while, type, "I walk the path," to let us know you're still on this mindful journey. Your voice matters, and every comment brings light and encouragement to this growing community. Let's continue walking this path together, one mindful step at a time. 6 reasons why generosity makes you richer. Generosity is often seen as giving something away, but in truth, it's also a way of gaining something far more valuable. In Buddhism and many spiritual traditions, generosity is the seed of abundance. Here are 6 reasons why generosity actually makes you richer, not just in wealth, but in heart, mind, and life. Number 1. It opens the heart and builds connection. When we give without expecting anything in return, something powerful happens not just outside of us, but deep within. Generosity is like sunlight that melts away the walls we unconsciously build around our hearts. It softens us, opens us up, and reminds us that we are not separate from others, but part of a greater web of life. Whether it's your time, a thoughtful gesture, a helping hand, or financial support, each act of giving becomes a bridge to another human being. It creates connection, not just transaction. In a world where loneliness and isolation often hide behind busy schedules and digital screens, generosity brings us back to what truly matters: authentic relationships. When we give, we say to someone, "I see you, I value you, you matter." That simple recognition can be deeply healing for both the giver and the receiver. It invites trust, gratitude, and even joy into the space between two people. And these emotions are fertile ground where new opportunities and richer experiences grow. As the Buddha once said, "If you knew what I know about the power of giving, you would not let a single meal pass without sharing it in some way." This ancient wisdom still echoes in today's modern life, where true wealth is not measured by how much we accumulate, but by how deeply we are connected to our families, to our communities, to something greater than ourselves. And it's no coincidence that the more open-hearted you are, the more others are drawn to you. As the old saying goes, a generous heart is a magnet for kindness. In many ways, what you give flows back to you, not always in the same form, but in surprising and meaningful ways. That conversation you had with a stranger when you lent a listening ear could lead to a friendship. That donation you gave without fanfare could be the reason someone gets back on their feet and later supports your cause. Generosity plants seeds, and while we don't control how or when they bloom, they often bear fruit when we least expect it. So, in a time where it's easy to close off, to protect ourselves, to withhold our energy, remember that every act of giving is an act of trust. It says, "I believe in the good. I believe in our shared humanity." And that belief, when acted upon, builds a life that is rich not just in material terms, but in meaning, joy, and deep human connection. In your daily life, pause and ask, where can I give, and how can I do so with an open heart? You'll often find that in giving, you receive something far greater. Number 2. It frees you from attachment and fear. Let's take a moment to reflect on something many of us often feel but rarely speak aloud: fear of not having enough. Whether it's money, time, energy, or even love, this fear can quietly grow roots in our lives. When we hold on too tightly to what we have, constantly worried about losing it, we create a kind of inner poverty. It's not always about material lack, it's about the mindset. This is what we call the poverty mindset, and it thrives on fear, scarcity, and the illusion that safety comes from hoarding. But here's the truth: freedom doesn't come from clutching onto what we have. It comes from letting go. When you practice generosity, even in small ways, you begin to tell your mind and heart, "I have enough." You disrupt the grip of fear and invite a sense of peace and abundance into your life. Think about that. Every time you give freely, whether it's a coin, a smile, a kind word, or your time, you're sending a powerful message to yourself and the world. I am not lacking. And that inner feeling of sufficiency, that's a kind of wealth no one can take from you. You might wonder, if I keep giving, won't I be left with less? It's a fair question, but look a little deeper. When you give with a generous heart, not out of guilt or pressure, but from genuine willingness, You shift your relationship with what you have. You stop being its prisoner. The fear of losing becomes smaller, and in its place grows courage, confidence, and connection. This is not just spiritual talk, it's deeply human. When you stop living in fear of loss, you start living with openness, and with that openness comes the chance to receive more joy, more love, more meaning. Generosity becomes a path not only to help others, but to set yourself free. It's as if each act of giving chips away at the walls fear has built inside you. Let's pause here and ask honestly, what are you afraid to lose? What are you holding on to so tightly that it's starting to hold you? Could it be that by loosening your grip, even a little, you'd feel lighter, more alive? These are not just questions for monks or saints, they're for all of us. Because freedom doesn't require us to abandon everything. It asks us to relate to what we have differently, to stop letting fear rule the relationship. True wealth is not found in how much we keep, but in how much we're free to let go. This beautiful truth invites us to rethink what it means to be rich. It's not about numbers in a bank account or piles of possessions. It's about the ability to let go when it matters, to give with a full heart, and to live without being chained to fear. When you live this way, your generosity becomes a source of strength, not weakness. And from that strength, your sense of inner wealth grows. So the next time you feel fear tightening its grip, ask yourself, can I give even a little in this moment? That simple question can open the door to a more abundant and peaceful life. The lesson here is clear true. Freedom and richness begin not when we have more, but when we need less. When we are no longer owned by what we own. When giving becomes a way of being, not just an occasional act. Let generosity free you, and you'll find a kind of richness that no one can take away. Number 3. It attracts positive energy and reciprocity. Let's talk about something truly powerful, the energy of generosity. Have you ever noticed how giving something to someone, even a small thing, makes you feel lighter inside? There's a reason for that, and it goes beyond simple kindness. It taps into a deeper truth found in many spiritual paths, especially in Buddhist teachings, the idea of karma. Now, karma isn't just some mysterious cosmic force that randomly decides what happens to us. At its heart, karma is cause and effect. When you give freely, without expecting anything back, you plant seeds of goodness. Over time, those seeds grow into fruits, sometimes in ways you expect, and often in ways you don't. Think about it. When you help others with sincerity, doesn't it naturally create a sense of connection, trust, and appreciation? People remember how you made them feel. They're more likely to help you when you're in need, to support your efforts, or simply to think kindly of you. This is the invisible circle of reciprocity. You give, and life gives back. Not always immediately, not always in the same form, but always in some meaningful way. Ask yourself this. Who are the people you're naturally drawn to? Isn't it those who radiate warmth and a spirit of giving, rather than those who hold everything tightly for themselves? Generosity attracts. It creates a kind of magnetic energy that pulls goodwill, friendship, and even unexpected opportunities toward you. This isn't about manipulation or strategy, it's about being genuine. When your actions come from the heart, others feel that, and they respond with open hearts too. And here's a beautiful truth. Generosity doesn't just circulate blessings, it multiplies them. Every act of kindness creates a ripple that touches more lives than we can see. What kind of ripples are you sending out into the world right now? What kind of energy do you want to attract? By giving more, whether it's your time, your attention, your resources, or your love, you are in fact becoming richer. Not just in material ways, but in the wealth that truly matters: joy, connection, and peace of mind. So the next time you have the chance to give, even in a small way, take it as an opportunity to nourish your own life as much as someone else's. Isn't that a kind of richness we all long for? Number 4. It brings true joy and peace. In our modern world, it's easy to fall into the cycle of always wanting more money, more possessions, more recognition. Yet the satisfaction we feel when we finally get those things tends to fade quickly, leaving us chasing the next thing. That kind of happiness is fragile because it depends on circumstances constantly going our way. But there is a different kind of happiness, one that comes not from taking or having, but from giving. When we give sincerely from a place of kindness, not obligation, we tap into a deeper source of joy, the kind that nourishes our hearts and settles our minds. It's the peace that comes from knowing we've done something meaningful, something that made another person's life a little better. This isn't just about donating money or gifts. It's also about giving time, attention, encouragement, or even just a smile. These small acts of generosity ripple outwards, often in ways we can't see, but their impact is real. And what's most powerful is that generosity teaches us an important truth, that we are already enough. We don't need to have more to give more. The very act of giving shows us that we have something valuable inside us, something worth sharing. This is where true peace begins, when we stop measuring our worth by what we have and start seeing it in what we can offer. In fact, when we live generously, we begin to see the world differently. We shift from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance. We start noticing opportunities to help, to uplift, to connect, and each time we act on them, we feel more grounded, more human. That kind of joy doesn't shout, it whispers through our everyday moments. For example, helping a colleague without expecting anything in return, supporting a friend going through a hard time, or even showing patience to a stranger. All of these are acts of generosity that bring us closer to the peaceful life we seek. And what's beautiful is that this peace stays with us. It doesn't vanish when life gets tough. It gives us strength during those moments. Because when you've made giving a habit, you've also trained your heart to find purpose beyond your personal gain. In a society that often teaches us to protect what's ours, generosity is a gentle rebellion. It breaks down walls of isolation and builds bridges of compassion. The more we give, the less we feel alone. The Buddha once said, "Happiness never decreases by being shared," and this wisdom holds just as true today. When we give, our joy multiplies, not because we get something back, but because we become more connected, more open, and more at peace with ourselves. So, if you're feeling restless, stuck, or unsure about your path, try turning outward. Give something of yourself, no matter how small. Let that act be your anchor. And in doing so, you may find that the richness you were searching for was never in the things you owned, but in the peace you created through your kindness. Number 5. It inspires others and multiplies goodness. Have you ever noticed how one simple act of generosity can completely change the atmosphere around you? When you give, whether it's your time, your attention, your resources, or even just a smile, you're not only helping someone else, you're also setting something powerful in motion. Generosity, in its purest form, is contagious. It touches hearts, opens minds, and encourages people to look beyond themselves. It creates a ripple effect that often reaches farther than we can see. Think about it. When someone helps you out of kindness, doesn't it make you want to help someone else too? That's the power of generosity. It moves through people like a quiet current, gentle but unstoppable. And when you choose to give without expecting anything in return, you show others a way of living that's rooted in compassion and connection. In this way, your one generous act doesn't just stop with the person who receives it. It grows, spreads, and inspires a chain reaction of good. What we give out returns to us multiplied, not always in things, but in impact. This quote holds a deep truth. You might not always see your generosity returned in material form, but its impact will often come back in meaningful ways through stronger relationships, a sense of purpose, or even through the kind energy that begins to surround your life. So, how does this actually happen in real life? Imagine you buy a coffee for someone behind you in line. That small gesture may brighten their day so much that they, in turn, do something kind for someone else. That kindness flows on, reaching people you've never even met. At a deeper level, your act plants a seed in the hearts of those who witness it. They begin to ask themselves, what can I do to make someone else's day a little better? And just like that, goodness multiplies not because of pressure or obligation, but because of inspiration. You showed them what was possible. Generosity also shifts the culture around us. In a world where many are taught to compete, hold back, or protect what they have, your willingness to share can be a quiet revolution. You become a living example of another way to live on that values cooperation over competition and abundance over scarcity. This is how we build communities that care for each other. This is how we teach our children to lead with kindness instead of fear. And this is how we start movements, not by forcing change, but by being the change. Ask yourself, what kind of example am I setting? What kind of energy am I putting into the world through the way I give, the way I withhold? These are powerful questions that shape not just your legacy, but the environment you help create every day. Here's what it all comes down to. Generosity isn't just about money. It's about heart. It's about the way you choose to live, even in small moments. When you give with sincerity, you give people more than help you, give them hope. You show them that the world still has warmth in it, that people still care. And when others see that light in you, they often feel moved to shine too. So let your generosity be a spark, not just a gift. Because in the end, the most beautiful thing about giving is that it doesn't run out. The more you give, the more you inspire others to give too. Lesson to take with you. Your actions matter more than you think. A single kind act can echo far beyond the moment. Let your generosity be a light for others to follow, and trust that every good thing you put into the world will return not always in the way you expect, but always in the way you need. As we've seen today, these 6 sacred numbers aren't just symbols, they're invitations. They remind us to stay focused, act with intention, and align with the deeper flow of wisdom and abundance that life offers. Whether it's clarity, balance, divine luck, acceleration, transformation, or supreme abundance, each number carries a message that speaks to your soul. And as the teachings remind us, it's not just about receiving, it's about who we become in the process. So, take what resonates. Let it guide your Wednesday, May 28th, and beyond. Reflect, give generously, and trust that when your mind is clear and your heart is open, prosperity in all forms will naturally follow. Thank you for joining us on The Journey of Wisdom. If today's video brought you insight or inspiration, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming teachings and reflections. Until next time, stay mindful, stay kind, and walk gently with wisdom.